Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to share with you some important and basics thing you should know in the app Infinite Painter as a beginner. So I will share about 10 basics or important tips that you should know. Here is my Infinite Painter app and this is my canvas. So I will start from the basic brush. So when it comes to brush, you can see in some of the brushes the size will be very small. Like you can see if this is my maximum size, but it didn't cover even half size of my canvas because it's very small in size. In some cases, like when you're wishing to add any texture, then you would be liking to make the brush size bigger. In such case, what should you do? So just click on the brush, whatever the brush may be, go to the settings of that brush, and here you can find something called size range in the first column stroke. So when you increase the size, the 100 percentage, you will get a a big brush. You can see it almost covered the entire canvas. For example, let me choose some other brush, this Coarse Inca. So this is my maximum size so far. Now, if you want to increase, just go to settings, increase the size range as much you require. For the something tiny, something like pen, you don't need bigger size, but when it comes to texture, you need a bigger one. So here you can see at my maximum size, you can find the difference between this and this. So this is how you can increase the size of any brush in Infinite Painter. So next, the second one comes the color mixing. So color mixing, for example, now I have this brush. Let me reduce the size. This is my brush. Now I'm going to choose some other color. Here you can see it, there is a hard edge between these two and it didn't blend at all. Uh, like a normal paint or something like that, it didn't blend at all. To make it blend, what you have to do is go to brush and go to its settings. Come to the bottom, here you can find something called paint. Go to that, and the first thing is mixing. So when you increase the mix value, the color starts to blend. So now I'm keeping it 100 percentage, and now you can see it. The both colors are blending well, and when I drag the brush, they blend well, and I got some new color. That's because of the color mixing. So this is how you can use for the brushes something like paint brush or chalk, something like that. Here I'm choosing this brush. So this is my chalk brush. I'm choosing this color, then going with these two color. Here you can see it didn't blend. Now go to its settings at the paint, increase the mixing value. Also you can add wet paint, which means it will be more lighter at the edges. Here you can see there is no hard edge. You can find it is lighter in color compared to the center one. That's because of the wet paint, and this blending happens because of the mixing. Co- So this is how you can blend uh, colors using with the multiple texture. Whatever the brush may be, you can try it just by changing the mix value. So next comes the color brush. Next, color brush. So now I'm keeping this as zero mixing as usual. So this is my brush now. Now if you want to make some rainbow brush, multicolor brush, then go to paint. At the bottom you can find something called continuous jitter. In that there will be first one called hue. When you increase the hue value, it becomes multicolor one. Now I'm keeping this as 5 percentage or 10 percentage. Now you can see there is two color mixed in the brush. Now again I'm going to increase the color values for the hue just to 30 percentage, and now you can see there is three color, and if I increase that to 100 percentage, I will get many colors. So you can use this um, you know for creating some 3D art, colorful rainbow color art, something like that. So you can try many different things with this color changing brush or multicolor brush. So that's about the third thing, color brush. Next comes the community brush. What community brush is? So here we have so many brushes by default, and here are some brush that I created, and here are some brush that I downloaded from various websites. But if you want to find any brush from this Infinite Painter community itself, then click on this plus. There you can find something called community. Click on that. So here you should have the internet for this. So here you can find so many brushes. This some unique brush. I don't know what it is. Let me click. Just when you click, it will get installed in your app. So here you can see this is the one that I touched now. Now you can see this is some sort of flower. Let me change the color. Okay, so I'll try another brush. So here you can see some flower brush. Click on that and it will be installed. Sometimes it takes few more time. But okay. So here you can see it is installed, and now you can use the flower brush. So like that you can find some interesting brushes in this community section. So that's the fourth thing in Infinite Painter. Next comes the import background texture. So when you are using some sort of texture which is available under these layers, so when you click on this circle, you can get something like texture, color, all those things. So you can choose any color of the background you want here. And here when you switch off the texture, there will be no texture, but when you switch on the texture, you can click and choose the texture that you want as your background. So like this you can see. Also you can adjust the scale as you want. So by default they have given uh, some more than 20 textures. But if you want to create your own texture for your art background, then click on this plus symbol, go to gallery. There you can download the textures from various websites like Freepik, Raw Pixel. You can find some free textures background there. And here you can see I have gone to my download section, and here, so I keep this as my background. When I click on that, it will be added to the imported section. Just click, and here you can adjust the scale, depth, and opacity as you wish. So this is how you can import background texture for your artwork. Next comes the path tool. So path tool, we usually draw like this. Sometimes we need a perfect shape, but we don't get the perfect shape. So in that case, here you can find something called path in the shapes tool. Using that, you can not only create the shape, but it have the anchor points. When you have the anchor points, you can adjust the shapes as you wish, like this. So like this, you can create a shape as per your requirement with this path tool. So you can get something like smooth lines, as well as you have the anchor points, so that you can adjust the shapes as you wish, like this, very easily, without you don't need to erase, redraw all those things. Simply adjust the shapes. When you feel everything is okay, just click on the tick, and this is how you can easily use the path tool to create shapes. So next comes the colors. So here you can see the color and curve. In the edit option, you have something called color and curve. So when you want to create artwork and make multiple color changes, for example, here I'm using the artwork that I have already done. So for example, this one, okay, like this. Now I want to change the color of this. Then go to edit, choose the color tool, in the edit option. Then we can change the hue of this artwork. Like you can see, it was in the blue color at the center, because this is blue color based, theme based artwork. When I change the color, the colors changes to purple, blue, something like this. So likewise, you can play with the colors. You can see here it becomes purple, and here it became bright green. If you want something like aqua, then you can like this. So this, like this, you can you know change the color of your artwork and play with that. So that's the seventh thing, that is edit color. Next comes the curve. The curve tool performs the same thing, in a different manner. So here I have the curve tool. Just you can adjust the gamma value like this. Then Go to red. You can increase the red value, otherwise you can reduce it. Next comes the green. We have so much of green, so if you reduce to move to the bottom, it becomes like this. If you move to the top, everything becomes green. So I like this to be like this. Next, blue. You can increase the blue value like this. So you can see by moving just by moving this curve value, we have done so much color variation in just in a matter of seconds. So likewise, we can change the alpha value and click on this tick. So this is how we can change the colors using this edit color and curve tool. And these are the 8 things so far we have completed. And next comes the tiles for pattern. So if you want sometimes for fun, if you want to tie some patterns, don't need to create your own pattern, draw everything step by step. Instead, just click on this tile, which is available under this section tile, then drag anywhere in your artwork like this. You can see. So this is just a mountain scenery that I have drawn, but from that I created some different patterns just by dragging. You can see how different patterns you can get from a single movement like this. So this is something like a tie and dye pattern. So like this. So this looks different. Like this, you can create many different patterns using this tile option. So that's the ninth thing. Next comes the color. Once again, the color, but this is the last one, 10th one. This comes under the select option. When you click on this symbol, and here you can find some column called select, where you can select any specific area using the lasso, rectangle shape wand, magic wand, all those things. And also you can find something called color. When you click on this, here you can see everything comes. Just you have to pick any particular color. So like this, adjust the tolerance so that only that select color is selected in particular. You can see even it avoided all the texture details. When you increase the tolerance value, everything will be selected. So choose likewise. Okay, now I selected only these blue areas using this color selection. Click on the tick. Now these areas are selected. You can see some lines moving on. Now in that area, I'm going to add some bright color, for example, because to show you some variations. Okay, now since I have added the color mixing value for this, gives multicolor, just switch off the hue, and here you can see I just turned out all the blues into the yellow using this color select option. Now click this. Now it became a different one. You can adjust the colors. If you see remove, if you reduce the opacity of the layer, you can see the original color. In that blue areas, I have applied yellow color. So that's how we can use this color selection to add some details. And I almost finished all these 10 10 basic tips you should know as beginner in the app Infinite Painter. For the bonus tip, one thing I'm going to add is this. When I move my pen on this canvas area, you can see there is some brush stroke, structure. Now, if I change that to this chalk, then you can see it looks like a circle. If I change this to any texture like this, you can see some arc like structure how it came. That is, just go to these three dots, go to settings, and at the bottom you can find called brush settings, and in the brush settings you can find called draw cursor. When you switch on this draw cursor, you will get that brush visible on the screen. So like this. So like this you'll get. So that's the bonus tip. If you like this tutorial, thank you for watching so far. You have watched everything, all the details. Subscribe to my channel and also check all other videos. I put videos on Infinite Painter, IBS Paintex, also from if you see my recent works. I also put videos on the app HiPaint. So check out all the tutorial. If you want to try some new brush, just see these videos. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.